you're replacing an existing ceiling fan or you want to put a ceiling fan in place of a current light fixture, it is important that you have the proper brace in your ceiling to hold the weight of that fan. I recently installed a fan in one of the bedrooms in our house and ran into a situation where the brace was there, but the electrician who installed it, well, just didn't even use it. But what do you do when you have no brace in the ceiling? Well, in this video, I will show you exactly how you can handle that situation, and it's not as hard as you think. And for this, I'm gonna simulate on my test wall that I have here in my home office. Now, this isn't the ceiling, and it's built with 2x4s, so the lumber is a little bit different than what you're gonna find in your ceilings. But I've got a camera behind and my camera in front, so you can see what it's gonna look like from both sides of the installation. This will be incredibly helpful for you to visualize what's going on in your ceiling when you need to do the install. To get this done, you will want to go to your local hardware store and purchase a ceiling brace and box kit, and you'll want an old work ceiling brace and box kit. All that means is you're doing some sort of renovation in your home or some sort of update to an existing home. You don't have the ability to put braces underneath your joists and in between that and the drywall. You need something that's going to pressure fit between what's existing. What comes in the box? Well, there's a few things. One, you have your electrical box, which is going to be mounted to the brace, and this is an 1.5 inch deep box. It also has the bracket or the brace that goes around the ceiling brace, all of your screws that you're gonna need, and the pressure fitting brace itself. Before you do anything with the ceiling brace, there's two things we need to take care of. First, safety, always. Cut power to whatever is running electric into the ceiling. So just kill the breaker for the ceiling so that that is not live. Just test it with a tester before you do anything. That goes without saying, but I always have to say it. Second, you want to figure out the distance between the joists in your ceiling. They could be 16 inches apart, 24 inches apart. That will help you when you get to the brace. So map it out with a stud finder on your ceiling. Make a couple of quick small marks, measure your distance. That'll give you an idea of what that is going to be. Here's why that detail is important. On the ceiling brace screw, when you start to pull it out, you're going to notice that it has some red markings on it. Right here you see the red mark, and that is for a 16-inch distance between the ceiling joists. And then all the way down here, closer to the shaft of the ceiling brace, you've got your 24-inch mark. These are just good gauges to help you get as close as possible to the distance between, just to save you a little bit of work, and it's not going to take you forever to expand it in the ceiling with your hand. You do as much of the expansion out of the ceiling as you possibly can. For me, I'm 16 inches apart, so I'm gonna go with that first mark, and you want to get within 1/4 inch of that before you put it in the ceiling. The nice part is, on the end, there is a Phillips opening right here. You can use your drill to expand or contract as needed. There we go. So that gets me as close to 16 inches as possible without being too close. You'll need a little bit of room when you get into the ceiling. Now for the fun part. You want to get the brace in the ceiling so that the feet are sticking down against your ceiling drywall. Now, I don't have gravity working in my favor here, but when you get it into the ceiling, you'll just want to reach in and confirm that your feet are facing the right direction. Again, you want this coming right down on the top of your drywall. Insert your ceiling brace in one end at a time, just keeping it as close as you can to the drywall in your ceiling. And once you get it in, you'll want to rotate it to get it into place. Again, reach in and just confirm that you have your feet in the right direction. If it's sticking off of the surface, you'll know. But behind the ceiling, well, my test wall in this case, you can see on both sides here that the feet are in the right position. So it's nice and flush, but I still have a little bit of wiggle room back here. So to handle that, turn the screw until you get a little bit of pressure. Now, when you get a little bit of pressure, the thing you need to confirm is that it is straight between the joists and it's centered on your hole. You can see mine is a little bit crooked, slightly crooked, and it's actually not quite center yet either. So I'm gonna loosen it, move it around, get it into the proper position, and I just want to lightly tighten it. I don't want to put it in place just yet. The reason I don't want to put it in place just yet is you want to confirm that this is as centered on the hole as humanly possible. And here's where I always like to recommend a dry fit. Now, again, I do not have gravity working in my favor here, but we're going to give it a shot, and I'm actually going to cheat a little bit. Your bracket is going to end up going around the pole, and that's going to hook onto your electrical box. You want to just get the box in here and confirm that it is going to line up with the holes on your brace. It looks like this is going to be the right position in the ceiling. So now we can tighten it down. But to do that, got to pull this guy off. To tighten it down, we're just going to 1, 2, 3. As you tighten it, you will notice that the spikes will start to go into the joists. So you want to get this tight. The directions say to give it a good 5 or 6 full turns, but as you can see, you can't get a full turn from the bottom of the ceiling, so you have to work your way through it. Get it to a point where you feel that it is nice and firm, and that when you push up and down on it, you feel like you've got it in place. Now, the spikes are going to set as far as they can. What you don't want to have happen is start to hearing wood splintering up in the ceiling. So get it as firm as humanly possible with those 5 or 6 turns, and you will be in good shape. On the bracket or the strap that comes with the brace, you'll notice that there are 2 holes that are marked keyhole. You can see the text there, and the other one is up top here. You will want to pre-thread 2 of the 5/8" screws that came with it into those keyholes for this next step. You don't need to go super far. You just want to get them in place so that you can put them on the brace. Before you insert your box in the hole, you will want to prep it for the work that you're going to need it to do. Number 1, knock out one of the knockouts inside so that you can get your Romex through it. Take your plastic plug, your grommet, and put that in there as well. And then also pre-prep your grounding screw, your green grounding screw, so that you have that in the box ready to ground your fan before you install it. Put it on, turn it, make sure that it is firmly up against this brace, and you want to center it as best as you can. Once your box is prepped, now you want to take that, insert in so that the screws come through those keyholes. So now you can put it into place. So tighten these guys down to bring that strap a little bit closer, and then you can hand thread just to get them into those holes. So now all 4 screws are nice and tight, and your box is nice and flush to the ceiling. Now for your ceiling fan mount, you can also use the 2 screws that come with it to get it mounted into the box on either side, or you can use the screws that came with your fan. Do not be afraid to move things around slightly, make micro adjustments before you get everything nice and tight. You want this to be a firm foundation for your fan so you don't have to worry about it coming out of your ceiling. But maybe you're trying to figure out how to actually install that fan in the first place, or maybe you have a brace in the ceiling, but you're not quite sure how to hook into it. Well, for more information on that, check out this video. And until the next time, keep doing it yourself.